Hi, I'm Trevor Sinclair and I'll be your croupier today. So let's play Jermain Defoe's Player Roulette.
Oh my God.
Jermain, your career has spanned from Toronto to Glasgow. You share the dressing room with some icons of the game. So we want your views on some of those players, and what better way to pick who we want to talk about than a game of roulette, Ali?
Absolutely, would you? Now, Jermain, we have no expense spared. We've borrowed a roulette wheel from a casino in Leicester Square, no less, which we will spin completely at random. It will then land on a player, and we would like you to tell us a story about them. Okay? If that sounds all right, my friend, we will spin the wheel.
Black number 11, Gareth Bale.
Oh, what a guy. What a guy. He never used to train though.
Really?
On a Friday, he'll come out, right, and then literally he'll do the warm-up. I'll be like, how you feeling, guys? Obviously, big player for us. We need, how you feeling? Hamstring. So what do you mean? Jay, I'm gonna do the rondos and I'm gonna do the warm-up and that, but then I'm gonna just sort of like, we used to do young v old, under AVB, young v old, and then he'd just be on the side. He was laid down on the side and watch it. And I'd be like, oh, what's wrong with this guy? Then we'd go in, he'd be on the massage bed for 2 hours. It would get a massage and it would get like just releases, like all the trigger points and all that sort of stuff. I say to the lads, like, what's wrong with him? And then the next day, in the morning, how you feeling, guys? He'll go out and he's like a machine. Like literally, he's like a machine. He used to get it and just knock it past people and just run. Remember, he used to try and keep up with him and just get in the box and that. But he's a nice guy as well, loved his golf. Really good in the change rooms with the lads. Just nice, humble family man, but never used to train.
What ratio from golf to training do you think it was? How much did he play golf versus training?
You know, probably back then he was obviously, he had those 2 seasons where it's phenomenal. Yeah. But I suppose because I ain't played golf for years. But probably obviously left train. I think no, actually he bought one of those.
The golf simulators?
Yes, he bought one of those. In his
for the club? Or in his house?
Got one, and he had one in the house.
No
so he probably
man.
weren't training, he was rushing home and doing that. But I let him off though because he scored 22 goals and he was unbelievable.
He did it right.
So, yeah, it was good.
Right, okay, let's get another spin.
Green 0, Fabio Capello.
Oh, Fabio Capello, what a guy. So basically we played against Brazil away, right? It's funny. So we was at the Grove Hotel, so we had a game. So he's come in, right, and I remember we've done 11v11, so I just kept running in behind, playing in between the two centre halves. Me being smart, because I thought about all the old school Italian forwards, Inzaghi's and all these sorts of forwards that used to sort of like just run in behind.
Yeah.
So I used to do that. He used to come on the side of the pitch, thumbs up, keep doing that. Okay. So I thought, right, I need to go to the World Cup. I'm going to keep doing that. He loved it, scoring goals. Anyway, so we played against, I can't remember who it was against. So it was at the Grove Hotel. So, I don't know. So I remember sitting in a room. I thought, right, we got a meeting at 7 o'clock, dinner's at 8. Obviously, the meeting is put it early, say, I don't know, maybe 6:45, but I didn't know. So anyway, so I've come down. So I'm walking down. This is Fabio Capello. Everyone was scared of him anyway. So I remember walking down. I got outside the meeting room. Everyone was coming out. My heart started beating. You know, it was like I was at school, right? My heart started beating. Everyone's walking out, and I was flustered. I was confused. So I've walked in. I was like, boss, I'm sorry. He said, you're sorry? So I'm standing like a little kid. All the staff at the back of the room. Sorry. He said, what time do you think this is? I said, sorry, boss. He said, it's unacceptable. He said, when you go for dinner with your family, do you make them wait? I said, nah, boss. He said, get out, go to dinner. And I walked out like a little kid and that. Never late again. Never late again. So I remember coming out, went into dinner, speak to the lads. The boys were laughing, and then Ashley Young said to me, JD, he said I was late as well. I come just before you. But at least he was late, and he caught a little bit. I missed the meeting completely.
Tell me, Jermain, were there one or two of the boys coming out laughing as well, knowing that you were going to get into a bit of trouble?
And you know what? And the thing is as well, I thought to myself, why didn't anyone message me? Why did someone message me and say, JD, like the meeting? Do you know what I mean?
Spot on, man.
Why would you not message me?
I'm with you, mate.
Yeah. It's like, I can't remember who the forwards were, but to be fair, if it was me, I don't know, for instance, if it was Benty.
Of course you would. You'd have said, where are you, mate?
If I'm competing against Benty, and I won't message him, because I feel like, well, you're not going to play. I'll be saying to the gaffer, I say, gaffer, that's unacceptable. He can't be late.
Wait, man, I think it was Benty that brought the meeting forward,
I think he done it. That's bang out of order. Didn't even tell me.
Darren Bett's on drive today, by the way, so I imagine you'll get a response from that one.
Yeah.
Should we have one more spin?
One more spin, let's go.
Red 18, Peter Crouch.
What a guy. I love Crouchy. Funny man. So funny. It was even funnier when he was drunk. It was even funnier when he was drunk and that. But do you know what? You see with Crouchy, when you look at him, it does look like a footballer, does he? He's got skinny legs, he's lanky, he's obviously tall.
It's like a pole vaulter.
Yeah, and you think, right, got Crouchy, just go long. But he had unbelievable feet. He used to do things in training, and the lads used to be like, how's he doing that? Like, the size and stuff like that. Big, long Puma boots, and he's doing all these tricks and stuff, and he's doing overhead kicks and stuff like that. You're thinking, oh, he's like skinny, he's going to sort of like snap something. But he was, what a guy. And for me, like, we just had that sort of like an understanding. And yeah, he was brilliant. I remember we went to, obviously everyone knows about the football stuff and that, but I remember we went to, Harry pulled us in and he said, right lads, we don't want you to have a Christmas do because you need to focus on all that sort of stuff and that is so important. He said, I don't understand players going out, having Christmas do's and stuff like that. Just have a glass of wine with your wives or girlfriends or your families or whatever it is, stay at home. Yeah, cool, gaffer. So we decided to go to Ireland. We decided to go to Ireland and that. And I remember thinking, how are you going to go to Ireland and try and hide in a club somewhere or do something? You got Crouchy there. Do you know what I mean? It's like you can't hide when Crouchy's there. Do you know what I mean? And he's a bit lively as well on the dance floor when he's had a few drinks. But yeah, funny man and a top footballer and just brilliant.
Did Harry ever find out?
He found out, yeah, because I remember we came back. When I think about it now, how stupid, like obviously there was no social media and that, but at the same time... No camera phones, but at the same time you got like, I don't know, 20 Spurs players in Ireland on a Christmas do, and you got, do you know what I mean? And you got Robbie Keane, who's a legend over there. So it was like, I don't know, and then we got come back and Harry sort of like had words and stuff like that, but I remember like, we all got it.
Do you know what? We've got to go, and I don't want to because that hour has just flown. One more spin. Have you got anyone else you want to mention?
Do one more spin. Who can I mention?
Who can we mention?
Can I ask you a question? I'll ask you a question, wee man. Give me a striker. You mentioned Righty. Give me a striker you would have loved. You never had the opportunity to play with, but you would have loved to. I mean, I'm guessing Righty would have been one of them.
Yeah, without thinking about obviously, I would love to have obviously played with Righty. Like I mentioned before, Righty, yourself. I mean, with Shearer, Ferdinand, Robbie Fowler, all these forwards I used to watch when I was a kid, and I always used to try and get a little bit from all these different forwards. Les, I was lucky enough to play with Les, to be fair, and I just felt like when I played with Les, I always just felt like I just wanted to impress him because of Les Ferdinand. I used to watch you as a kid. All of a sudden, I'm playing with you. He used to flick things onto me sometimes, and if my movement went on, he used to just look at me, and I'd just be like, oh, yeah, you know that look and stuff like sort of thing, and that I just think. But I just felt like my game sort of like went to another level when Les came to West Ham because I just wanted to impress him. But I mean, I don't know. You've got the likes of Thierry Henry, all these legends that I would have loved to have played with. But I'm not going to say him because obviously he was at Arsenal. I know. So I mean, there's so many. But I used to love Robbie Fowler to be honest.
Did you?
Yeah, I used to love Robbie Fowler. The way he finished and like when he shoots with no backlift and stuff like that. And I remember speaking to Jamie Redknapp about him, and Jamie said he was unbelievable. His movement. So probably would love to play with him because then I would learn as well. I would learn. Yeah, he was a special forward.
talkSPORT Breakfast with Laura Woods, Monday to Wednesday mornings 6 till 10 on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app, and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.